Hello and welcome once again to Please Stand By. This is the show about nothing and everything all at once. My name is Zerb, and with me is my good friend Ferg. Ferg,
hi.
How are you, my friend?
How are you? I'm good. How was your Easter?
How are you doing? My Easter was great. We had snow.
Really?
Did we have snow? No, we had a ton of rain, and it was freezing, and I had to work.
Oh, you had to work on Easter?
Yeah, I had to work Easter, and it was already pre-planned, but I did go to church.
Okay.
Early in the morning.
That's good.
And one thing I noticed about church, just like they say, the church was overpacked.
Yes.
And there was no place for me to sit. Normally I sit in the back far corner. My job that I have, I take care of an elderly man, and I take him to church on Sundays. So if it wasn't for that, my soul would be damned. So thank God for that. Because I am Catholic, so I'm going to church. And that makes my mom real happy, except she's upset I get paid for it.
Oh.
But still, I'm going to church. And so normally I sit in the back all by myself. I get like a good 3 or 4 rows of breathable space. I'm all by myself. And this past Sunday, I was underdressed and just, it was terrible. I couldn't find, I had to stand up in the back corner.
Yeah.
And everybody has their palms. I didn't bring mine, It was that whole thing.
Oh, you're supposed to bring your palms back? I didn't realize that.
I think you're supposed to bring your palms back so that they can be blessed.
Oh.
I don't know. And I'm not a good Catholic because I hightail it out of there right before the real good stuff, right after the homily. So I hightail it out of there so I can get my car and pull it around to the front. And by the time I get up there, then church is close to being over, and then walk the gentleman out to the car and get him in the car. 95-year-old man, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Really with it.
That's
awesome
good.
Guy.
Good.
He'll tell you a story at any date, any time, as if it happened yesterday. So this guy is a walking history book, of which we don't have anymore.
Right.
But so that was my Easter. How was your Easter?
It was good. That's okay. That's all right. My sister and her family came, and Sarah's sister and her family were there, and her parents, and we spent the day together. We have two nephews and a niece, and they ranging from 14 to 3, I believe.
Wow.
And my brother-in-law and my wife hid Easter eggs for the kids, and we watched them try to find them. And all the Easter eggs had puzzle pieces inside, and they put the puzzle together.
Oh my gosh, now that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's like a double whammy. First you found the egg, and now you have more work to do.
Right. Well, it was years ago when my niece was younger. She was about 9 or 10. She put math problems in eggs, and we had to figure out. And
what the hell?
And it was like 6, 7-digit numbers and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's like, okay, I can follow that because my great Aunt Grace and Charlotte and Esther, they were all teachers, and I actually went through the same thing when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. But this is a 9-year-old girl, not a teacher making the math problems.
Making math.
She was the one who did she made the math problems and put them in the eggs.
Then you pay attention to her.
Yeah.
She's going to lead the family. When you're old and gray, that's where the money's going to come from.
That's right.
Definitely. Yeah. That's going to be a genius child.
Yeah.
Well, since it was Easter, and since Easter's about the birth of new animals and new things and new stuff, how would you like to do the rest of this in Chipmunk?
Chipmunk. Okay. Like Alvin and Simon and Theodore Chipmunk?
Yeah, that kind of chipmunk.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me get the machine here. And let me type the parameters.
Easter time is here.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1.
I feel we are now chipmunks. Okay, so we're talking like chipmunks. This is the way chipmunks talk because of the difference in our voices. Right. Did you ever slow down a chipmunk record when you were a kid? I did. And they talked really, 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 really weird. Right. Did you ever slow down a chipmunk album before? I certainly did. What was it like for you? It sounded like a regular guy and not a chipmunk. What? I didn't understand what you just said. I said it sounded like a regular guy, not a chipmunk. Oh, that's what I thought you said. Oh. This is really, 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 really cool, talking like this. We will get lots of hot chicks. Or chipmunks. Hot chipmunk chicks. Look, there's squirrels gathered outside my window right now. What are they doing outside of your window? They're looking in expectantly. Oh, now they're telling me to stop. Maybe we should go back to normal before they start throwing their nuts. Let me type back to normal on the computer. Here we go.
Oh, God, that was killing me.
Ooh, that was rough.
I think I got to check my drawers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Please stand by.
The show is about to begin. We hope you enjoy the show.
Please stand by.
Now, your host, Zero and Fun.
Welcome to episode 8 of Please Stand By, the show that basically was started off with a Post-it note between me and my buddy Joe many years ago. And I talked to Joe actually today.
Hi, Joe.
The original host, and he has been listening, and he gives his best to you. And
Thank
he
you.
says you are hilarious and wonderful, and he can't wait to hear you again, which will be this episode.
Right. Thank you, Joe.
I'm excited because Joe has been a longtime friend of mine, and we keep in touch the best. And he's going to try to come up here and visit, go fishing one weekend.
Oh, good.
So that'd be great.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it all started with the Post-it, 5 things. And so we're just going to dive right in. My brother, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have anything exciting to talk about?
Yes. As a matter of fact, my niece's birthday was earlier this year, and for her birthday present, we told her we would take her to Baltimore, go shopping and look around and stuff. So we went there this week, spent a couple days there, and that was fun. We went to Fells Point, which is where the show Homicide: Life on the Street was filmed, partly. And
I don't know what that show is, but what's
it's a 90s show. Andre Braugher was in it. Yaphet Kotto was in it. Bunch of different people. It was a very, very good show.
cool? Very cool.
Where else did we go? We went to Hamden, which is has a lot of interesting stores and a lot of record stores that I wasn't expecting, which was very nice. Got some records.
Nice. That's a plus.
Yeah. And we took her to a bunch of different stores that we thought she would like, but she didn't really like too much, so we ended up going to a couple of malls. So she likes Hot Topic, so we took her to Hot Topic, and she was happy. So
All the girls like Hot Topic. I don't think it matters what age they are.
yeah, I was okay with it when they had a bunch of Nintendo stuff in the front, but they don't even have that anymore. So it's like a goth Walmart, I guess. I don't know if
It's now a lukewarm topic.
For me, at any rate.
Yeah.
But they do sell records in there, too. So actual vinyl records, not they have CDs also. But
Oh, man.
so we had fun. I think she had fun, ultimately, and we had a good time.
Definitely.
Oh, saw Edgar Allan Poe's grave. That's what I really wanted to see.
Holy moly.
Yeah. You know the whole story about the Poe toaster, right?
Well, I know that he comes out every year and puts somebody comes every year and puts a glass of red wine at his gravesite.
I think
Is
it's
that the situation?
cognac.
Cognac.
And 3 roses, I think it is.
It's not Cavassier. Cavassier and a tulip. Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think
It is
I don't
the
think
other.
it's been happening for a while though. But it was cool to actually see it. I just in my head I pictured it to be a lot bigger, but it's very, very small, very cramped.
Really?
Cemetery, yeah. And
I would
actually,
love
from
to
what
see
my
that.
wife said, they built the church around or over the cemetery. So the
Oh my
cemetery
gosh.
was there, and they put a church in later.
I just want to grab somebody by the jacket. Just walk in, be totally freak the guy out. Just walk in and grab somebody. You put the building over the stones. You moved the stones and left the bodies. Right? Didn't you? Didn't you? Have somebody outside around the corner. That's awesome, though. To
Yeah, it was
see
fun.
his tomb would be very cool.
Yeah, it was weird that it was right in the middle of a city street too. I'm not really a city person, and I don't go to the city a lot, so it was kind of weird to see a cemetery right in the middle of a city.
I used to think I was, and I'm with you on that. I can't go into a busy city area anymore. I don't know if it's my age, and I'm catching up with you. I got a couple months, and I'll be you.
Okay.
And no, I'm the same. Today, my wife and I went to find a restaurant. Here's my exciting thing. if I
Okay.
may. I'm just going to fold into it. We went to, we ended up going to Athena's Diner, I think is the name of it.
Okay.
or Diner Athenia. It's a Greek diner. It's delicious.
Right.
And it's down the street from us now. But we started off going to this place called just for its own benefit, I will not name it. I'll just call it Corky's Bar. And it was better than that. But it was a pool hall bar mix. And it said family friendly, great beers, good times. Nice ad in the Clipper magazine. And I thought, this is it. This is the place to go. So Shelly and I, we plop in the car. I take her down to food down her throat and make her happy. Bada boom, bada bing, get her home. Oh, and so I took her down, and then I said, let me check the place out, because you look down the street and you've got people alongside of the wall with their feet up against the wall looking at me like, what you doing? Oh. And I was like, oh, okay, honey, let's go around the block and take a look. And it's dark windows with Samuel Adams neon light that's missing an A and a U. Oh. And the other side had, a dead chicken hanging in the window. So we drove around. And I found a parking spot in the front. Handicap spot, for those who don't know. I am handy-capable. And so we found a good spot and didn't have to pay for parking, too, which is great.
There you go.
So I got there, and I limped a little bit more than usual so I don't get arrested. And then we walked around the corner, and I got to the front, and I said, let me check this out first, honey. Stay here. And she gives me a little bit of that, I
can take care of myself. I don't need you telling me. I can go with you if I
said, honey, just stay here. Let me take a look.
Okay.
So I open the door, and I take a look inside. Empty. Completely empty. I don't even hear anybody. And it looks like, in the movie Mr. Destiny? Is that the name of it? With Jim Belushi, and he goes into the bar area. Michael Caine is supposed to be there, and it's just completely empty. No, nothing.
No, sorry.
Darn. The bar was empty. The seats were empty. Nobody was anywhere, and the seats were covered in this 1960s rug chair kind of thing. Oh, dirty, cool. Stained, disgusting. It was pretty bad. It was just a mess. 3 chairs to sit in one, 2 in the other, and then a bar with no bar stools. And so I said, no, honey.
No.
So we went to the Athenian Grill, and I had myself some breakfast. I just had a nice big Western omelet with buffalo wings.
Wow. That's interesting. You like your buffalo wings, don't you?
I like to know where my eggs came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love my buffalo wings. So that was it. It was a pretty good night. And my stomach's okay so far.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know after you have wings.
No, wings always lead to sounds I had already pressed twice.
Right.
Hey, what happened? That's the next morning. That is the next morning. Hey, Fergus, have you heard any news?
Yes, I have. Not to be a downer or anything, but Cynthia Lennon passed away. She was John Lennon's first wife.
That I did see, actually.
Yeah. She has, I think the only reason they got married was because they were not careful and she got pregnant. And otherwise, I doubt they would have gotten married because he was a little bit of a free spirit in those days, even when he was married to her.
When was the beginning and end of that marriage?
They got married in 62 or 63. Julian was born in 63.
Okay.
And I think 68 was when they got divorced. Wow. Because he got married to Yoko in 69, April of 69.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she was actually an artist also. They met in art college, I believe. And she kind of gave that up, for him to be, she had to raise Julian by herself pretty much because he was off being Beatley. And yeah. She's written a couple books. I read the first one called A Twist of Lennon. That was her married name at the time, Twist. And I think she had gotten divorced again and married a third time. And I believe he passed away. And she just passed away in the past couple weeks. So.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So there's only one first. How do you say that? First Beatles First Wives Club is the only one member now.
And that is Yoko?
No, Patty Harrison.
Oh, Patty. Oh, First Wives Club.
Patty Boyd, sorry. Yes.
Patty Boyd.
Yeah.
So that means that the only true Lennon left would be Julian, and doesn't he have another?
Sean.
Sean.
Yes.
Does he do anything musical?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. Both of
And
them.
Julian, I haven't heard about Julian in a long time.
He keeps putting out records, and they're very good. A lot of them are very good.
Then how come I don't get to... Why don't they show him off?
They don't
'Cause
play
he's
it on
not
the
Bieber?
radio anymore. They don't play that stuff. Yeah.
And Yoko, I have her new album right here, as a matter of fact. Have you heard this? Do you want to... I love that one. Yeah.
She's not the greatest singer ever, but some of the stuff was good. Like some of the stuff on Double Fantasy I liked that she did.
Yeah. You know what was really cool is I was in D.C. and, you can make fun of Yoko all you want, but she did something really cool. She put a tree, it was in the art museum in D.C. and it was in the outdoor part. And she had a tree there, which it was called the wishing tree. And everybody writes something that they wish for and tie it to the tree with red yarn.
Yeah.
I was there when she was presenting that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So, Kevin, what's your news this week?
My news is about poor Burt Reynolds.
What happened?
Burt Reynolds is putting his restored Smoking the Bandit Pontiac up for auction because he's running out of money.
Oh, dear.
It's a 1977 Trans Am. It'll go for auction on April 24th if you're interested.
Okay.
At the Carlisle Auctions in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Carlisle. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really that far away from either of us.
No, it's not.
And he's going to sign it on the dashboard. And I actually have photos just because the movie's crap. I'll just come out and say the movie is crap. But it has...
Excuse me?
Crap?
No. No, it's not. No.
Sorry. Bad language.
It's awesome.
Is it?
Smoking the Bandit?
I love it, but it's crap, though.
No, it's not.
It's a bag of Cheetos with burritos on it. As soon as you watch it, you will have the runs. But it's an awesome movie for the time, and it's an awesome movie for the storyline, but it's a bunch of that... I'll have to bleep this out.
Right.
It's a bunch of that kicking music type of bing-a-da-ding-a-da-ding. Oh, here come the pokey. Gonna come after us. That to me just gets a little redundant after a while, but I own it.
Oh, do you?
I own all three of them. It's Jackie Gleason. I'm a Jackie Gleason freak, musically and acting wise. He's a genius.
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can't have that in there.
Nope.
But we can have these anytime we want. Yeah, Burt Reynolds and it's Burt Reynolds. You gotta love it. And I know it's not everybody kind of movie, but I loved it. I agree, I love it, but it is crap. But,
all right, I guess
I can't say it's crap. It's a fast food movie.
But fast food is crap, basically.
Yeah, but I love it.
I see what you're saying.
Look at me. This is all fast food. We eat Wendy's all week, and I love it. Anyway, so he's signing it. He is signing the dashboard. He's running out of money so fast.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he could have lost it all. I mean, he's in his 80s, which is weird to see a picture of him now. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's really weird to see him wrinkly.
Yeah.
And poor guy has had so much surgery. He looks like the gremlin.
Oh,
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy. But, so that's my news. Looking for a Trans Am?
Yeah.
Come on down to Carlisle.
I'm sure it's going to sell for a lot of money.
It probably will. Yeah. And I hope so, because that's the Bandit vehicle. This is Bandit on the side.
Yeah.
Oof. Ferd?
Yes?
Seen any movies or television or media?
Actually, we went to the movies last week. Or 2 weeks ago.
What did you see?
We went and saw The Breakfast Club.
In the movie theater?
Yes.
That is awesome.
It was fun, yeah. It's the 30th
awesome.
anniversary of the movie this year.
Digitize it?
I think they just played like a DVD or a Blu-ray or something in the theater. Because at one point the video cut out, so they kind of rewound it.
You see the VHS thing come up.
Tracking.
Backup.
But yeah, again, my wife and I took my niece because she loves the movie, and we had a good time. It's a great movie. Such a great movie.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was at I think that might have been the only John Hughes movie I actually saw in the theater in the 80s.
Yeah.
And definitely my favorite, I think, of his.
We watched that movie after school from, God, what is that, 83?
85.
85, excuse me.
Yes.
So my 14th, yeah. No, excuse me, if it's 85, that's my 15th. We watched that like every day after school, going home at my buddy Tommy's house, and we used to watch it all the time, and I miss those days. If you had to pick one of those characters, because you have, correct me if I get lost here, you have the geek, the jock, the princess, the
basket case,
and
the criminal.
Yeah. Which one of those were you in high school?
Definitely the geek.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
I would have been a cross between basket case and criminal.
Okay.
That was me, long-haired hippie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to see
but
pictures.
I got along with everybody. I didn't
that's
cut
good.
anybody out.
That's good.
So, well, I'm not proud of the movie I saw this week.
Okay.
I kind of
more crap.
It's pure crap. I dipped into it just because, I don't know. I've been working a lot of hours, and I took some hours off so I could relax.
Right. And
what better way to relax than watching The Devil's Rejects by Rob Zombie?
Oh, I've heard that's good, actually.
This is crap with stank on it.
Oh boy.
there's a point where I'm just watching it going, why? And I turned it off. And then the next day after work, I watched the rest of it for some reason. That movie is, first you got Sherry Moon or Dweezil Dwapo Zombie, the wife of Rob Zombie, the blonde-haired lady who's in every one of his movies.
I don't know what her name is. I'm sorry. Well, she's not coming on the show now.
No. Oh, God, I hope not. Sherry Moon Zombie. Oof. And it's just blood, death, fuckity poop. So that's my movie this week. So I wish I saw something else. I really do.
Didn't he do the Halloween with what's her name? That was in the original one. Gosh, Jamie Lee Curtis. I think it was a remake, and she was an adult.
He did Halloween 1 and 2. Well, he actually took his own civil liberties on there.
Right. I like that one. That was good.
I own both of those, and I like those.
Yeah,
actually, the first one, I am a man, but there's too much mouth on it. It's like every other thing is F, and it drives me a little crazy after a while.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Unneeded, but not that I'm all holier than thou, but it's just like, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah, oh, you can use it as an adverb. I didn't know that. That's new. Wow, an ing with an end on the that doesn't make sense.
Every part of speech.
I mean, I'll believe this too, but how can you be f***ed? That's impossible. I don't get it. But part 2 was very good.
Yeah,
that did scare me. I was curled up in the ball in the corner. So yeah, he did pretty good with those. He's doing a new movie called 31 right now.
I think I heard something about that, but I don't know anything about it.
It's supposed to be Halloweenish.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to anything James Wan does. Like he did The Conjuring and the Insidious movies, stuff like that. Insidious is not that great.
My niece likes The Conjuring. I have not seen it, though.
I like it because it takes you back to old school without blood and gore, and it's more.
Okay.
It's more that. Yeah, it's more use your brain, and I like that instead of everything being fed to you with a spoon.
I mean, even the Texas Chainsaw Massacre wasn't that gory. The original.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah.
But the Rob Zombie did a movie. What was the name of it? It was supposed to be a remake.
It wasn't.
Or did he remake the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I don't know. I think somebody did.
The one where the guy from The Office ended up a fish on the wall.
I don't know.
It was really bad.
Was it?
Yeah. Now I don't feel so good after eating all that eggs and wings.
Gory horror movies.
Yeah. Hey, Rob. You have any show and tell for me, man?
I do. I have a book. Should I hold it up so you can see it?
Yes, I would love that.
It is The Secret of Terror Castle.
Oh my gosh, you will not believe where did I just see that? I swear to you, I just saw that book somewhere.
Did you?
Yeah. And I'm not being silly going, oh, it's right here on the screen. No, I just saw that recently somewhere. But you talk about that book, because that book is a beautiful book.
Now, do you know anything about the Three Investigators?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, so the Three Investigators was a book series started by Robert Arthur in 1964, I believe. Mm-hmm. And Alfred Hitchcock kind of sponsored it, and he appears in the books up until he passed away. And in the beginning, when they started the series, he is, I don't know if you can see it on the cover, but he's hiding on the cover there.
Oh, awesome. No, I never saw that.
I think it was only in the first 3 books that they put his face on the cover, because if you know his movies, he always appears somewhere in the movie. Mm-hmm. But this was, it's 3, I think they're 12 years old, and they have one of them lives with his aunt and uncle, and they own a junkyard, and they have like a secret hideout in the junkyard, and I remember being so taken with that when I was a kid.
Yeah, definitely.
And my library had a bunch of these books back in the 70s when I started, when I got to go out from the children's section into the young adult area.
I've done that, yeah.
When you were a kid, did your mystery books have some sort of designation on the side that you would know it was a mystery book? Mine had a skull in my library.
No.
No? Okay.
If they did, I didn't notice it.
Okay.
I did not notice it.
So this was a series that went from the 64 to the late 70s, I think. There was like 43 books altogether, a bunch of different writers. And they kind of rebooted it in the 80s, and I didn't like those as much. I have a couple of those. I don't have very many, though.
Yeah.
But they're really good. You can read maybe about 150 pages, 175 pages. You can read it in a couple hours.
Are they short stories, or is it one whole story?
It's one whole story.
Okay. And is this something that is hard to find? Because that was in a page. That's what it was. It was Dinosaur Dracula.
Oh, okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That guy found it recently.
Okay.
I think that's where I saw it. They
have reprinted them a number of times, and they've actually rewritten the early ones to take out Alfred Hitchcock. Mm-hmm. And I think twice in some cases. But they did put them out a few years ago, but I don't think they sold very well.
Wow.
They started reissuing them, I think, 3 at a time, and they only made it up to 12 or 15 or something like that. So
beautiful.
But they're really, really awesome. And it kind of appeals to if you're like 12 years old and you're a kid and you want to solve mysteries and, hide in a junkyard from your parents and have all these secret entrances to it's really cool. It's a really good series.
And it's cool to 45-year-olds who want to definitely go back to your 12-year-old year.
Yeah, and they definitely get overshadowed by the Hardy Boys.
Well, that's something that I also read when I was a kid.
I read a couple. I didn't. I like these guys better. So. Yeah,
I would imagine. So Hardy Boys was a little too Beat magazine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. For those who don't know, we mentioned Dinosaur Drac. I should go ahead and tell everybody. For those who do not know, it's a blog of a guy who just collects really hard to find and cool things.
Yeah.
And he also saves a lot of things that I didn't think it was possible to save. Like food items.
Yeah.
From 1970 something. And they look like they're in mint condition. I don't even know. I don't know how he does it. But it's just one of those collectible guys who just really collects some really cool stuff from our childhood. So check him out.
You can find this blog at www.dinosaurdracula.com.
Well, you ready for my show and tell?
I'm ready.
It's not this shirt, which you can read to everybody.
This is what a really cool grandpa looks like. And you don't look like a grandpa to me. So.
Yeah, well, I am. Let me tell you. I sure as hell am, and I've worked really hard to get my life in order after all that I've been through. Let me go ahead and I'll show you my really show and tell, but I have to do a screen share for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I think you'll be into this, and I'm really proud of this. It took me a while to get this done. All right, full screen, and you'll probably see yourself and my notes, which I can get rid of. Are you with me?
Yes.
You are me. Okay, you ready?
Oh, cool.
That's the next podcast.
Very nice.
It's the Spiderwebs OTR. I'm doing Old Time Radio, the horror show.
Cool.
And what he's looking at, folks, is the logo. It's the logo I made. In fact, let me tell you about this logo. This is a public domain skeleton picture, and these are public domain eye pictures I found on a completely different site. And I just cut them to fit in his head.
Very creepy.
And made him glow and dirtied him up a little bit, so he would look very uncomfortable. And all of you will see him hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Shows from Beyond Midnight, Calling Detectives, The Escape. Lights Out, of course, the classic.
Lights Out is good.
Sleep No More with Nelson Olmsted. Nelson Olmsted did 90% of my Ghost Story records in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a big fan of Nelson Olmsted. He did a lot of work with the big man, Wade Denning, who produced awesome records when I was a kid. Creaking Door, Inner Sanctum. Everybody loves Inner Sanctum.
Yeah.
Price of Fear and The Shadow. Shadow knows.
Yeah.
The Whisperer, The Whistler. Who knows what lurks in the men of fear or whatever. And then that voice, the shadow knows.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what it's going to be. You got tons of them to put in there. And the thing that I want to do different than, like, there's a couple of horror radio shows out right now. And what they'll do is they'll talk about the show for a little bit in the beginning and tell you who's in it, and then they just let it rip.
Right.
What I want to do is, I'm doing is EQing them so they sound better. If they're all muffly like this, I'll run them through the EQ and try to cleaning it up so it's clean.
Right.
And then instead of the Signal gas station commercials or, ionized yeast or whatever, I was going to take all of that out and actually put some of my own commercials in there.
Oh, nice.
So that would be very cool. I thought that would be nice. So I thought that'd be fun. And then speaking of which, how would you like to do a commercial for this show right now?
Okay.
Hey, you ever sit around the house and wonder, hey, what's going on with news or anything exciting?
I do.
How about if you sat around the house and you thought, hey, what movies are out right now? Or what does somebody have for show and tell?
If you've ever wondered any of that, you can listen to our show, Please Stand By.
And come along with us as we journey down all of those items to tell you what's going on with us.
Because you care about us.
As you should.
Right.
Or you better. www.zerbinator.wordpress.com. Come by there for all your podcasting needs. That's good enough. Thank you. All right, now on with the show.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Sure. You're welcome.
Hey, Ferguson.
Yes.
Heard any music?
I have, actually.
Really?
I never know what to say.
That's okay. You're doing fine.
Yes.
You what?
We went to the Dover Library. We usually go to the county library because it's closer, but they don't have CDs at the county library for some reason. But
that's because it's county.
Okay. But the Dover Library has tons of CDs, so I went through there and I got the... are you familiar with the Smile album by the Beach Boys?
Oh.
Or the album that was supposed to be the Smile album?
Yeah.
In a nutshell, Brian Wilson recorded a lot of music for an album after Pet Sounds, and then he scrapped it, in a nutshell. And then some songs were redone, some songs came out, kind of a trickle in the actual Beach Boys catalog, but the album Smile never came out. But there's a lot of tapes that exist from it. And Brian Wilson actually had his band. They recorded the Smile album in 2004, I think it was. And they put it out. And it was good. But for me, it wasn't that good because the Beach Boys' voices weren't on it. Like Carl Wilson's probably one of my favorite singers in the whole universe. And he was not on the record.
Well, why wouldn't they have him on there?
Well, because he was dead. And
besides, would they have the original?
No, they
should have used the.
No, they just he re-recorded the whole album himself. I don't think there were any plans to put out the tapes then.
Oh, so all that original stuff is probably like dead and gone.
No. They have all the stuff, so they put together an album which was loosely based on the Brian Wilson album, but with the Beach Boys singing it, and the Wrecking Crew playing on it, and it's really, really. I had a bootleg that. Kind of assembled from all these leaked tapes, a rough version of the album based on that Brian Wilson album. And this is basically what it is, but it sounds better and there's more stuff in it that hadn't been leaked. So
Oh, man.
it's basically the Smile album. There's a bunch of outtakes on there too. And it's really, really good. I love that music so much.
You and I have talked before about albums, putting albums into our computers.
Yes.
Have you ever tried the deal where you buy wood glue?
No, I know what you're talking about. No, I have not tried that. I haven't tried that.
I am going to try this.
Are you?
Yeah, the deal is you buy wood glue. For those who don't know, you put the wood glue on the album while it's playing, then take a piece of cardboard and smooth it out, then leave it on the album overnight, and then the next morning peel it up like a sticker.
Right, and it takes all the junk out of the grooves.
Exactly. All the gunk is gone.
Yeah.
And so I haven't tried that yet, but that's what I plan to do because I have tons of albums.
Yeah.
And I just want to keep backing them up.
Well, the album I chose this week is recorded by a musician by the name of Vania under the Super Apes label, which is it's lo-fi marketing and concept art for musicians. The name of the album is called Leadership, and it has music that deals with news, sports, and business from the 80s. The album is named under Chuck Schumann and Trevor Bennett, which are actually fake names, but Vania is the musician who recorded this, and you can download it from the superapeslabel.bandcamp.com. So that's Super Apes Label. And I highly suggest you go check it out.
80s music made with 80s keyboards, and it's kind of like, they call it the future 80s type of music, where it's music made today to sound like the old music from the 80s. Much better than the junk that I tried to do.
Oh, stop.
Well, the reason I say that is these guys are using the real equipment from back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. They're using the old Juno keyboards and the old Moogs and things like that to make the music. And it's just awesome. Can't say enough. And what I'm going to do is end the show tonight with one of their songs. And I'm looking now, and I think what I'm going to do is end the show with Jet Lag.
All right.
That'd be good because of the fact of how much I have to edit out of this particular episode. Because Ferg and I had one heck of a conversation.
That's right.
So I think I'll do that for tonight.
Okay.
Well, Ferg, unfortunately, we're at the end of another show.
Oh, that's too bad.
It goes by too fast.
It does. It does. We have a good time.
We always do. I should add 15 more items.
We'd have to start earlier then.
Yes. Well, from me here up in the Connecticut and
me down in Delaware,
we wish every single one of you a really good couple of weeks until we talk to you again.
That's right. Any holidays coming up?
What is next?
I don't know. I think
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is in May, yeah, but we'll have another show before then, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Passover was the day before Easter, so happy Passover.
That's right.
Yes.
Happy Passover and a happy Easter and Good Friday and everything else that passed by.
Maundy Thursday.
Yeah.
Or is it Tuesday? I forget which one it is. Maundy Thursday, is it?
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just saw it on the calendar somewhere.
My buddy Joe, who is Polish, celebrated Dingus Day.
Dingus Day, that's right. Oh, I forgot about Dingus Day. Happy
You
Dingus
didn't hit
Day.
your wife with the pussy willow?
No, I did not.
Oh. Go ahead and explain. Go ahead and explain so I don't sound like a sick man.
I'm not comfortable enough with Dingus Day to explain it. I don't know enough about it.
I'll give a quick run through.
Okay.
How much time do we got? Let's go for it. For the listeners. Dingus Day involves collecting a bucket of water, throwing it on your wife, and then hitting her with pussy willow.
Something weird
leaves.
like that, yeah.
And then if she's upset about it, the next day she has the right to come up and smack you around.
Right. I think that's how it goes, yeah.
Happy Dingus Day.
Happy Dingus Day, everybody.
Joe, thank you for being Polish and teaching me the way.
Yeah. Dziękuję, Joe.
Dziękuję. It is. Indeed. So until next time, everybody, take care.
Dzień Dobry.
What did you say?
Dzień Dobry. It's Polish.
How do you know so much about Polish?
I'm half Polish.
I thought you were Scottish.
I'm the other half is Scottish.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just really, really smart on Dingus.
No.
All of Zerbinator's music and podcasts are under the Creative Commons license, which allows retelling and rebroadcasting as long as the author is notified and credited. For more great escape pods, please visit www.zerbinator.wordpress.com. If you would like to contact Zerbinatorland, you can send an email to instrumentally@gmail.com or give us a call at 571-408-ZERB or 9372.